Hi everyone, Darcy De Silva with De Silva Wealth, and I'm here to talk to you about how we messed up our first couple of appraisals using an awful strategy that I would call the hope strategy. You simply book the appraisal, have the appraiser come through, and hey, let's hope that they see the value that you see. And so we had awful results using that strategy, and it wasn't until we really took a step back and reviewed what we were doing, or more importantly, what we weren't doing, and made some changes. And so now we follow a three-part process, and that's broken down by having a package created and prepared for the appraiser, then reviewing that package on a call with the appraiser prior to an on-site visit, and then finally having your on-site visit with the appraiser. So let's get to the first part, which is creating that package. What does that include? So the first thing we'll start off with is 4 or 5 comps within the last 6 months. That gives the appraiser a good idea of what's happening in the market, and it also helps you establish what properties you think are fair comps for your property as well. You're not leaving that in the appraiser's hands. You're providing some guidance or direction there. Renovations. You want to have a full breakdown of all the renovations, including all the investments made for those renovations. Permits. So, a lot of our projects are adding secondary suites into the basements. And so we want to show all the permits through the city, showing that this has been legalized. We want to show our fire safety inspections, and even anything like emails from the city that would help prove your case that much more, we provide as well. And then rented with leases. And so we want to show the rental income, obviously, with the new leases that we have in hand for that appraisal. Some people might go with the appraisal and have it done before the place is rented, just after it's been renovated. I prefer to have it rented because I want to get the max rents that I can possibly can get used for that appraisal. And even if it's a couple $100, it makes a big difference versus having the appraiser just use market rents. The next piece is something to be honest, I'd never heard of before, which is the gross income multiplier. And that's really just taking the value of the property and dividing it by the annual gross rent. And so we'll take that and we'll do that calculation for all of the comps that we've used, and then we'll do that for ours as well, because now we're providing the appraiser with cold, hard facts. We've got data that they can use that really support our case for the appraisal number we're trying to push to. Monthly expenses. So all of your utilities, property taxes, make sure even things like snow removal, vacancy rates, you want to have something there for repairs as well. You're not going to be able to hide that in the spreadsheets. And so make sure you're providing all of that and you're forthcoming with all of that information for the appraiser. And then finally, we end our package with a simple thank you, which can go a long way. We want to be very respectful throughout this process. And so I think a simple thank you is great there. And so after we've created that package, what we want to do on the second step is review that package on a call with the appraiser prior to the visit. This gives us an opportunity to get everyone on the same page, have some dialogue back and forth on any questions that they may have regarding that. And then it really just sets the stage for that visit. So if there's anything that they needed to address prior to, you've got an opportunity to do that prior to the visit, which is why I think that's extremely important. And then finally, you've got the on-site visit with the appraiser. We'll give gift cards to the tenants and ask them to leave the property for an hour or two. And so they can go out, have lunch or have dinner. And then we'll actually have cleaners that we'll pay to come in that day and make sure that the place is spotless. We want to be putting our best foot forward when that appraiser comes and visits. So we want it nice and clean. And so when we're doing that walkthrough, we're pointing out all the major things, all the major upgrades that we've made with that renovation project for the appraiser. And then at some point in time, you don't need to jump to it, the appraiser will ask you the golden question, what do you think this place is worth? And that's when you can have a short dialogue on what you believe there for the property. That's really it. So, to sum that up, it's create the package, review the package, and then have your on-site visit with the appraiser. If you'd like a sample package that we send to appraisers for our appraisals, feel free to reach out to me. Best way to do that is at Nasilva Wealth on Facebook or at Nasilva Wealth on Instagram. Thanks again. Have a great day, and we look forward to bringing more content to everyone. Thanks.